It started as the quietest morning of my life. No wind, no sound of cars outside. Even the birds, the ones that always nested near my window, were gone. The kind of silence that doesn't just surround you, but presses into you, like the air itself has stopped breathing. At first I thought something had happened. Maybe a power outage, maybe my hearing was fading. But then I realized this wasn't normal silence. It was alive, heavy, pulsing, aware. The kind of stillness that makes your heart pound louder, not because you're afraid, but because you sense that something holy is near. And in that moment, time itself seemed to slow down. The clock on my wall ticked once, and then froze. I remember staring at it, unable to move, as if invisible hands had taken hold of every second. That's when it began. The walls around me started to blur, melting into light. The ceiling vanished, replaced by a soft, golden sky that stretched endlessly. I wasn't standing in my bedroom anymore. I was standing in a wide, open field, a place that felt both new and ancient. The ground shimmered like glass mixed with fire. The air itself seemed to hum with power, and yet there was no sound, not a single one, just that same sacred stillness. I looked down and saw my hands glowing faintly, like the light was coming from within me. My clothes were gone, replaced with something that wasn't fabric, but light woven into form. I could feel warmth radiating through me, and for a moment I thought, is this heaven? But then in the distance I saw them, figures, thousands, maybe millions, standing in perfect stillness across the horizon, men, women, children, all facing the same direction, all clothed in light. Their faces were calm, but their eyes were fixed on something I couldn't yet see. I felt drawn toward them. I began to walk, or maybe I was moved, gliding without steps across the glassy field. As I drew closer, I saw that every person had their hands raised slightly, palms open, as if waiting to receive something. And then I felt it, a vibration deep beneath my feet. The air began to shift, my chest tightened, the light above us dimmed, and a deep, resonant tone began to rise. Not sound, but a vibration like the very heartbeat of creation. Suddenly the sky before us began to part, like fabric being torn open from the inside. Out of the split poured a light unlike anything I've ever seen, living, liquid, gold and white at once, brighter than the sun, yet gentle on my eyes. The people around me fell to their knees. In that radiant opening I saw movement, shapes within the light, vast, winged beings, their presence overwhelming but beautiful beyond words, and behind them, a throne, high and burning with glory. I couldn't make out its full form, but from it came a presence so vast, so consuming, that every part of me trembled. Then came the silence again, a silence that didn't mean absence, but expectation. It was as if the entire universe was waiting for a single command, and in that silence a voice, not heard with ears, but felt inside every part of me, whispered one word, wait. The word rolled through me like thunder, wrapped in love. It was both instruction and mercy. Then I saw something begin to happen above the throne. A hand, radiant, massive, human yet divine, reaching toward something gleaming in the light. A trumpet. It hovered there, shining like molten gold, and I realized I was witnessing the moment before the key sound that would shake heaven and earth, the final moment of mercy before everything would change. The angels covered their faces, the people bowed low, and then I knew this was the silence before the trumpet, the pause before judgment, the final heartbeat before the return of the king. I wanted to cry out, to plead for it not to happen yet. My spirit was torn between awe and sorrow. I felt an overwhelming love pour out from that throne, love deeper than oceans, ancient and sorrowful, longing for his children to awaken. I don't know how long I stood there, a time didn't exist, but suddenly I was pulled backward as if a mighty wind had seized me. The light faded, the field dissolved, the voices of angels and the hum of heaven fell away, and then I was back. I gasped for air, falling onto the floor of my room, my chest pounding. The clock was ticking again. The morning sounds returned, but nothing felt the same. I sat there for hours, shaking, weeping, trying to make sense of what I'd just witnessed. Days passed before I could even speak about it. Every time I tried, I'd feel that same silence pressing in again, not to frighten me, but to remind me that there is still time, but not much, because what I saw wasn't a dream. It wasn't imagination. It was warning wrapped in mercy. We are living in the silence before the trumpet. The world's noise, the chaos, the division, the distractions, it all hides that sacred stillness that's hovering just beyond the veil. But if you stop, if you listen deeply enough, you can feel it. That holy hush, that divine waiting, the time before the sound. Sometimes, late at night, I wake up and hear nothing. No wind, no crickets, just silence. And in that silence, I remember what I saw. The radiant throne, the hand reaching for the trumpet, the mercy that still holds back the sound. I don't know when that moment will come. None of us do. But I know this. When the silence breaks, everything hidden will be revealed. Every heart will be laid bare, and the sound of that trumpet will echo across eternity, calling some home and shaking others awake too late. If you're hearing this now, I want you to understand, this isn't fear, it's love, the deepest kind of love, the kind that warns before the storm, that whispers before the shout, the kind that's still reaching for you even now. So I ask you, in your quiet moments, when the world stops moving and the air feels still, don't fill it with noise. Don't scroll past it, don't run from it. That silence might just be heaven calling your name, giving you one last chance to be ready. Because once that trumpet sounds, there will be no more silence, no more waiting, no more time. The King is not slow to return. He is mercifully patient. But the waiting will not last forever. I will never forget the way the light moved that day, the way the air felt alive, the way love itself seemed to hold the world still, just for a heartbeat longer. I carry that moment inside me now, that sacred silence, that holy waiting, and I share it with you because I believe it wasn't meant for me alone. It was meant as a warning, a reminder, a call to awaken. If you're hearing this story, it's because you were meant to, because God still whispers in the quiet, because mercy still holds back the trumpet, and because love still waits, just a little longer, before the trumpet sounds, before the heavens split, before everything is made new. There is silence. And in that silence, he is still speaking,